Hello guys, it's me again with another video. Um, this time I want to talk to you guys about a tool which I eventually came across on the last few semesters. Um, it's something that I've kind of needed since I started going to college, but I didn't really um, even know it existed until recently. I know it was something that people did, but I didn't really see a benefit of it. I didn't really believe in it until a couple of semesters ago, and I tried doing it, and it ended up changing a lot of the ways that I worked and how I did things. I used to live by the moment, being um, turning in homework pretty much like Sunday nights when it was due. Um, just saying, oh, I can do it, I'll do it later. It's easy, it's gonna take me like half an hour, but always leaving it till the end. Um, and I was not really sure who I was. I was not really sure who I wanted to become as a person. Um, or I just didn't have any true or clear philosophies. And the tool I'm talking to you guys about is visualization. So, visualizing your future, visualizing who you are as a person, um, visualizing what you want to accomplish or become. Um, it's a tool that you guys can use because not only does it really change the way you act and the way you do things, but it completely restructures the way your brain thinks about things. Um, if I can tell you a benefit of visualization is that it changes your attitude. It gives you more energy. It gives you a lot more enthusiasm in the things you do because your brain is thinking, oh, I'm working to be this type of thing, this type of person. I'm working for this goal. Um, so visualizing it first and then putting your life around it kind of pushes you to be a lot more focused in whatever you wanted to do. So it's a great tool and definitely something I think you guys can take advantage of. So how do you get started in visualization? So first you have to define what the goal is. You have to define who you are as a person. You have to define who you want to become. And you have to picture it. You have to physically put yourself into imagining and becoming this person. So now you're probably asking yourself, how do you get started? How do you get started in visualization? Well, it's simple, but it's also complex. So what you have to do in theory is define and specify exactly what you're looking to visualize yourself on. It could be something you want to see yourself doing, for example, becoming a successful business person, or you want to become a person that is always happy, that doesn't really care about the opinions of others or anything external. You just want to be happy. So, two different things, but what it revolves around is defining exactly what your goal is. Once you define this goal, which you should do it in writing, which could be putting it in a journal and writing exactly what the definition of who you want to become is going to be. and write down exactly step by step on how to become this person and what it means to be this person or do this thing. So that's the first step. Once you define it, you have to take a moment and meditate. Meditation is going to help you on thinking deeply about this specific thing that you want to accomplish. Meditation is something that doesn't mean you have to do yoga or sit in a room full of other people and hum or whatever. You know, meditating just means being by yourself, somewhere in peace, and thinking deeply just about something in specific and leaving everything else behind. That is exactly what meditation is. You could be in your room or in a dark room and just start thinking about your future, of who you want to become, things like that. Once you finish doing this, do it for about 5 to 10 minutes. It doesn't take a long time. You could even do it while you're taking a shower or someplace you feel comfortable. It's just about you being with yourself and focusing on yourself and your future and your goals. Once you finish visualizing, you're going to have to think on how you're going to continue being this type of person. And you have to think about yourself already being at that position. So it's not going to be something like, oh, I want to become this person. I want to become this type of thing. It's more of you are already this type of person. Stop thinking about it as in future terms. Think about it as in the present moment. You're already a successful business person, business student, a person that is always happy. You just got to think about it as in the present moment and that you are already putting yourself in those shoes. That is what it's all about. And then after that, just start doing everything that you do based around that one thing. For example, let's say you want to be a person that is always happy and you started visualizing it, you meditated, and you defined it. Okay, what's next? So the next thing is acting it. So what I mean by acting it is, let's say someone makes you mad. Someone does something, you are angry, or you should be angry, and your emotions start kind of twisting. At that moment that you start feeling not happy, not being the person that you want to become, that's exactly when you need to turn around and make sure you remember who you want to become. So let's say someone did something that you didn't like, and you became mad for a second. At that moment that you start to notice that you're becoming mad, you have to change and say, okay, so I'm not the type of person that gets mad. I'm going to forgive this person. And the next thing is acting it. So the person says sorry. They're like, oh, I didn't mean it. This just happened. You can say, oh, that's all right. It doesn't matter. It's something that I can fix, or it's something that's replaceable. Seeing it on that way. That's what you should be doing. Always making sure that if you're going off track to what you started to visualize, you eventually, or as fast as you can, try going back on the same lane. It's just following that path. And that's what visualization is. That's exactly what it is. And I can tell you guys, it does help. And it's going to be hard because it's going to take a lot of effort. It's going to require you to forget a lot of the habits you already have. And it's going to require a lot of energy from you because you might be pissed off one day. You might have just not woken up in the right foot. Um, Things started to happen, but you have to always go back to that initial thought of you visualizing who you want it to be and sticking with it. You got to stick with it. It's not going to work if one day you're like all about it and then the next you're cursing at everyone because you didn't have a good morning. So you got to stick with it. It's something about what's the word? It's not routine. It's something close to routine. Um, but yeah, it's like encrusting it in the person you are on a daily basis. That's it. Just sticking with it um, day to day. And that's what it's all about. I guarantee you guys, if you do this for at least a month, you guys are going to see a lot of different results. Because trust me, when I started doing this, well, before I started doing this, I didn't believe it worked. I started doing it, and it changed a lot of the things I used to do. I started eating healthy. I started doing exercise on a daily basis. I stuck with a diet for about 3 months when before I couldn't even do it for a week. So, it works. You just got to stick with it and make sure you're always going back to that initial thought of who you want to be and who you want to become. And that's it for today's video, guys. That's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. And if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to keep talking about it, feel free to send me a text. I'll be available. See you guys.